Hello, and welcome to the final episode of the Summer of Sonic Team 2019. I'm Sasso, and it's time to cap off this month-long event with the top 10 Sonic facts. Let's get started. Sonic Discovery was the original name given during the prototype stage of Sonic Mania. After presenting the demo to Takashi Iizuka, he suggested including classic zones and remix them in order for them to feel new. The reason for the name change is because Iizuka-san described the project as being made by the Mania for the Mania. When the player tilts or bumps the side of the Sonic 3D game cartridge, instead of the game simply crashing, they will be taken to the level select screen. The reason that the player is normally taken to the level select screen is due to the fact that the game's lead programmer decided to use the level select as a crash handler. During pre-production on Sonic the Hedgehog, one of several designs of a mascot capable of dethroning Nintendo's Mario was thrown around. An armadillo, a dog, a Theodore Roosevelt look-alike in pajamas, who was later used as the basis of the design of the main antagonist Dr. Eggman, and a rabbit. Eventually, the mascot they selected was Naoto Oshima's submission, a spiky-tailed hedgehog codenamed Mr. Needlemouse, later renamed Sonic and colored blue to match the company's logo. The Japanese box art for the classic games have a very heavy pop art aesthetic. Sega cited the work of Japanese pop artist and illustrator Izan Suzuki as a reference for Sonic's lively color scheme. Moreover, Akira Watanabe, who designed the game's packaging, is quoted as saying that the company encouraged him to employ a style similar to pop art. The demo to Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 was actually more developed than the final retail release. This is because, during late development, Sega wanted the PlayStation 3 version to be more presentable in Japan, whereas the Xbox 360 was marketed to appeal to the West. As such, a demo used to showcase the game was made based on the PS3 port of the game, with many bug fixes and improvements. Somewhere along the pipeline of the game's development hell, a new PS3 build of the game was made available, thus making the 360 version of the port, and what was improved in the demo never actually made it into the main game. The RPG spin-off, Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood, holds a lot of similarities to Archie's Sonic the Hedgehog comic series. In particular, the Nocturnus clan's resemblance to the Dark Legion, as well as its characters, Shade and Imperator Ix, being similar to Julie Sue and Dr. Fenitivus. This was believed to be one of the reasons Ken Penders filed a lawsuit against Sega, and by extension, why the Archie comics ended up completely rebooting the franchise after the conclusion of the Sonic and Mega Man Worlds Collide arc. The UK line of Sonic the Hedgehog comics, aptly named Sonic the Comic, had a unique origin for Dr. Ivo Robotnik. He started out as a benevolent scientist named Dr. Obi Kintobar, who with Sonic was trying to rid Mobius of negative energy. However, there was a freak accident involving the retroorbital chaos compressor and a rotten egg. After tripping over a cable and crashing into the machine, the ROCC exploded, bathing Kintobar and the egg in negative energy. Overloaded with pure evil energy, he transformed into the demented Dr. Ivo Robotnik, which is, in fact, just his name backwards. When Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games was announced, many thought it to be an April Fool's prank. It was reasonable to think this, as Sega and Nintendo have been rivals for years, so a competitive game featuring the two biggest names in gaming was rather unbelievable. The decision was made to include not just Sonic, but Mario characters too, to appeal to a younger audience. The game was no joke, as it was revealed and later released in 2007, and has had several sequels. Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed is chock full of references and Easter eggs for Sonic and Sega fans alike, but the game has a unique one of its own. Changing the volume of the announcer has them react to how much you want to hear them talk during the race.
What? You're going the wrong way! Shame on you! Don't do this to me! This is my only job! No!
Sonic and the Secret Rings had an unusual development history. Originally intended to be a port of Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, the dev team decided to take advantage of the Nintendo Wii's new motion controls and make a new game to hopefully launch with the console. The game went through several name changes. It was first announced as Sonic Wildfire at E3 2006. After E3, it was then changed to Sonic and the Secret of the Rings before being slightly modified into Sonic and the Secret Rings in August 2006.